Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. Now in tonight's interview slot, we are focusing on local youth in key sectors of the economy, and this time around we are focusing that is on the construction sector, looking at the value it adds to the local economy through the participation of companies owned by locals. And our guest tonight is Ismael Nuunyango, the CEO and owner of LAREZ Investments CC, a local company in the construction industry. Good evening, Ismael, and welcome to Business Today.
Good evening, and thank you so much for having me.
All right. Firstly, perhaps just talk to us on what type of business you actually do and how you entered this specific industry and how the journey has been.
So I run a construction company slash property development firm based in the north. We construct different houses in Ondangwa, mostly, Ongwediva, Enana, and Omtia. We construct 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, you name it, you mention it. Whatever the client would like us to construct for them, we do that, we deliver that. And yeah, we also do government tenders. We build and renovate classrooms for the Ministry of Education and for other government parastatals as well.
Right. Now, Ismael, how would you say the construction sector is doing in terms of driving the economy, the country's economy, especially when it comes to local business people such as yourself, given the opportunities?
Construction is it's a big industry. It's a big contributor to the GDP.
Absolutely.
Construction itself is not a very cheap exercise. It's quite costly. Right. So when we support the cement factories, Cheetah or Horongo, Namibian products, how do I put it? Skills transfer from the skilled individuals to the unskilled individuals. We employ a lot of unskilled individuals from the locations, keeping them busy, keeping them out of jail, putting food on the table for the kids. So it's quite a big player in terms of economic boosting and things of that sort, yes.
All right. Now, some years ago, we did see that the construction sector was actually hit hard when government froze some capital projects, and we have also seen that a lot of young people were actually forced that is out of business. Has the industry fully recovered from this? And just give us your 2 cents on actually that question there.
Unfortunately, no. That's a very sad tale because a lot of the people that I went to school with, a lot of people that were my seniors and my juniors are still sitting at home because they can't get jobs. When they pulled the plug on a lot of government projects, that took a lot of bread out of people's mouths. A lot of semi-skilled people from the VTCs, from the colleges are still just in the streets. So, and also the other thing is they pulled the plug on most of these capital projects, but yet again, they were giving huge tenders to the Chinese. So that was very sad to see our own people giving work that we Namibians can do ourselves, you know. The Chinese come here with their own trucks. They produce their own bricks on site, and they take all the profits back to them. And our graduates are stuck at home, but we have the necessary skills to carry out these things for us, for our country. So that's very sad. That's very sad. It has not in any way come up to even half of what it used to be before 2016. But we are trying, man. It's what we are doing is better than sitting at home and waiting for the government to give us works. So we're just trying to push with whatever we can to keep us busy. Hopefully, it goes back to what it usually was. You know, I'll be very happy to see Namibians pushing big projects and not Chinese pushing big projects in Namibia.
Right. Now, I believe every sector has its own challenges. And talking about the construction industry, perhaps just talk to us about the challenges that you have faced as an entrepreneur that side of the country.
Definitely funding. Funding. Money to a company is like oxygen to a human being. Without money, you cannot do anything. Without money, you can't buy materials. Without money,
Right.
you can't pay salaries. You need money. Funding, and without having any collateral, financial institutions will not in any way even give you a minute of their chance. So for the youth that do not have properties to give up as collateral in to secure funding, it becomes extremely difficult. If the government could meet us halfway in terms of funding for the youth, mentorship for the youth, in terms of business, that would really be good. And also, look, just give the youth the chance, man. There is so much potential that we have in Namibia, in the north. You'd be amazed at what we can do when the doors are open and the opportunities given to us. Yeah, I can say definitely money-wise, accessing financial backing to grow from like building one house to two houses to three houses. That has been a challenge, I must say. That has been a challenge.
All right. Now, Ismael, would you say the government is actually doing enough to create better business opportunities and, of course, an environment in the country? And what policies do you think the government should come up with regarding this specific industry when it comes to assisting the young people with business funds, or rather funds to maintain their businesses?
Look, I'd say okay, let's start with the big projects first. The big projects is, I was very saddened to read that, was it Namwata that appointed yet another Chinese contractor for what is this, for upgrading their water channel systems here in the north. And then we still have major roads projects being given to Chinese. How about the government break them up into smaller segments and bring in small medium enterprises, to small medium Namibian owned enterprises also partake in these big projects for us to get now first-hand experience, so that in 3 to 4 years time we won't be needing foreign companies to be doing our construction for us. The other thing, finance wise, it's how about maybe the government brings up a fund, no collateral fund for the youth, that is easily accessible to youth that are pushing, that are really pushing on the ground, grants that we could pay back upon completion of our projects, and so forth, because we are really pushing. We just need the backing, and even if it's just not money, just give us projects, give us the chance to showcase what we can do. We as the Namibian youth can do. We as the youth from the townships can do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Namibia is ours, but you will never go to South Africa and see a Chinese company constructing a road in South Africa. You'll see South Africans building their own stuff. But here in Namibia, they run to the Chinese first. I don't understand why we are still like that, when we ourselves have the necessary skills to be able to do that. So can the government empower us Namibians, break down those big projects into smaller segments and bring in SMEs? Let's partner up with major companies on our own contracts, and then the experience will gradually trickle down to us and our people to a point where we can be self-sustainable. as a country in our own construction industry.
All right, now Ismael, let's just shift our focus a little bit on the positive side regarding this, the construction sector. What has been your greatest or the biggest project so far? Perhaps just share with us a positive story regarding your journey in this sector.
So by profession, I'm a civil engineer. I have an honors degree from the University of Stellenbosch. I worked for a couple of contractors before I got retrenched in 2021. That's when I started to open up my own company, LAREZ Investments. And my biggest project to date has been, I think at one point we did 10 houses within 3 months. So that kept me awake. That kept me on the edge of my of my chair. That impacted me, but it made me stronger. We made mistakes. We learned from them. Our group, our core group of builders, our core group of plumbers, electricians, and so forth grew stronger and tighter because of the exposure that we got from those 10 houses in 3 months. Now we are looking on to building bigger things. You know, our dream is to build the headquarters of GIPF, the headquarters of NAMWAT, build roads in Ondangwa. We're talking about maybe 100 kilometers of roads, and just smile looking back that we are Namibian-born kids from the township that are doing this for our own people. So yeah, I must say those 10 houses in 3 months last year it was something. That was my biggest project.
Right. Now, Ismael, in the same breath, perhaps just share with us how COVID-19 actually affected your business. I mean, we are aware that there have been so many untold stories of how COVID-19 actually messed up a lot of businesses. So tell us, how were you affected and how did you overcome that?
With us, it was actually a blessing in disguise in such a way that we, as opposed to marketing door to door, we started realizing that you could actually reach out to a market online, because everybody's online. So that created a new platform for us. It was a bad time. I mean, we couldn't do work at that time, but in terms of the reach for the brand, it went really well because we started pouring more into social media and the sorts. We started being more creative on how do we reach people that we cannot see on a day-to-day, but we can reach them via phone or via their screens. So as with everything, there's always two sides to the same coin. You can look at the negatives. Obviously, there were negatives, but I believe the positives from COVID-19 have really boosted us, especially in terms of our marketing and our outreach to the general Namibian public.
All right. Now, would you say there are still investment opportunities in the northern part of the country that are actually there to accommodate the youth who are willing to go into business, especially in the construction sector?
Yes, plenty. If you're passionate about it, look, don't do something because you see someone is doing it and you believe they are making money. Look, I do construction because I love it, but it's not the easiest job in the world. But in terms of investments in the north, there's plenty. The market is alive. The market is well. People always need housing. People always need places to live. We have a couple of guys from the township that do carpentry work. You'll be amazed at the need for nice furniture. A nice TV case, a nice shoe rack here and there. There's plenty. If you are very interested in exploiting these opportunities, there's plenty of money to be made in the north. There's plenty of living to be made in the north. Only if you are passionate about it, obviously. It will not come down to you. You will have to look for it and exploit these opportunities, but there's plenty. I kid you not. If there wasn't plenty, Yeah, I wouldn't be having this interview with you right now. I'd be, yeah, let's give it at that, yeah. But there's plenty of opportunities for the youth in the North.
All right, now, Ismael, perhaps just your final remarks. What advice would you actually give to somebody that is watching this program right now and wants to venture into the same industry or any business that is in the similar field?
Don't waste time with business plans. Just start. Hey man, I could tell you here, do this, do A, B, and C. No, just start. Just start. Go for it. You know, take the bull by the horns and just start. It doesn't matter how small it is, but once you begin, you are building steps to the big one. You know, you start with like a boundary wall, or you start with like a what. You start, and then you just eventually grow. You eventually grow. You will only grow if you start. You know, you will not achieve anything if you don't start. So just start.
Absolutely.
That's it. Start.
All right. Thank you so much, Ismael, for engaging us. That is, of course, in what you are doing up north, and all the best that is for your future plans regarding your business.
Thank you so much for having me. You guys are wonderful, and all the best.
All right. Thank you so much once again. Now, that was Ismael Nuunyango, the CEO and owner of LAREZ Investments CC, a local company in the construction industry, just talking to us about the youth participation in the construction industry, the challenges they face, and of course, how upcoming entrepreneurs can successfully make that is in the industry. Now, coming up next, we will give you international